I can't believe we're already at episode number 8. We just have one more to go. It's just gone way too fast and it's been so good. But you know what? Coming up today, we have a fabulous interview with Dr. Gabriel Barkay, and also he's going to take us on a tour of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and we have that interview with Kim Dortilly. You mentioned that the church tour was very emotional and moving for you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the church tour is just startling, because there's so many holy places within that church, and you feel it the moment you walk in. Dr. Gabriel Barkay, or as we know him, Gabby, is brilliant, and you can tell the intensity of his intelligence as he's explaining things to you. He's also somewhat famous because he discovered the silver scrolls, which predate the Dead Sea Scrolls by 400 years. So he's a guy that's got a lot of experience in biblical archaeology. He's also very learned about the history and the evidence surrounding Jesus. So he's a perfect person to be taking you on this tour. So after we finish that rooftop interview, we take a walk to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and you walk in and there's the stone of anointing, and you know you're in this holy place. You can see the intensity of how people are experiencing this place. So I cannot wait for you to experience it with us. It's an amazing journey. Gabby, thank you so much for spending some time today. I'm very much looking forward to this day. You're going to take us on a little tour, and we're in this incredible location up here on the top of the Mamila Hotel, which is the roof deck, and we see a lot of sights here. So before we start rolling the cameras, you're pointing at varying buildings and giving me the different histories behind them. So this is a town rich with history, not only ancient history, but even more recent history.
It is located on the same spot and settled by humans for the last 6,000 years at least.
Wow.
And it had a very intensive history and still has. So never a dull moment in Jerusalem.
Understatement for sure. So what is your background? What got you involved in archaeology and the work that you do?
I was born in a place and time that nobody should be born in. That means I'm a product of Central Europe, Second World War. I was born on the day that my mother had to enter the ghetto, and actually my being alive is a miracle. I owe my life to the Russian dictator, Joseph Stalin. Many others owe him their death. Yeah. I owe him my life. So in January of 1945, he entered the ghetto of Budapest in Hungary, and so I am alive. My parents and myself, we got here to Jerusalem in 1950, and I'm a Jerusalemite since then, and enjoys every minute of it. Since my childhood in Jerusalem, I was wandering around and collecting all kinds of artifacts, and I was curious to find out to whom did they belong, what is the significance of these finds. I picked up some coins, some pottery and other artifacts, and that drew me to archaeology from childhood. So I am in this business of archaeology in Jerusalem for over 50 years. And my first dig in Jerusalem took place in 1964, just after I finished my military service. Since then, I'm fascinated by what this city has to offer.
Yeah, and right now you're involved in a very interesting project, which is looking at, I guess you take, let's call them lay people or non-archeologists, and take them through the process of sifting through dirt. But this dirt happens to come from the Temple Mount.
Listen, the Temple Mount is the soul, heart, and spirit of the Jewish people. It is the only holy place for Jews. All synagogues, even in the States, are directed towards the Temple Mount. The Temple Mount is the place which was first created by the Almighty, the rest of the world created around it. That is the place of the binding of Isaac. That is the place of the altar built by King David, who purchased the place from the last pre-Israelite ruler. That's the place of the first temple. That's the second temple's location. Even after the destruction of the second temple, the importance of the place did not diminish. 3 times a day, Jews are praying for the restoration of the Temple Mount and the Temple of Jerusalem. So one has also to remember that the Temple Mount is referred to more than 20 times in the New Testament. It was one of the focal points of the activities of Jesus in Jerusalem. He was presented as an infant upon the Temple Mount. He turned upside down the tables of the money changers in the Temple Mount, and there are many other references to the Temple Mount. So it is one of the most important historical and religious sites in the city. In addition, as a result of that, it is also the most important archaeological site in this country. And very interestingly, Jerusalem is one of the most excavated places upon earth. We have continuous excavations in Jerusalem by archaeologists for the last 150 years. On the other hand, the Temple Mount, the most important place, is a black hole in the archaeology of Jerusalem. There were never, ever any archaeological excavations taking place upon the Temple Mount. It was never touched by the spade of an archaeologist. Not even a single potsherd was published from the Temple Mount. So in light of this fact, I'm very proud that we could do something that comes close as possible to the archaeology and an excavation upon the Temple Mount. In 1999, a terrible crime happened, an illicit excavation with bulldozers took place upon the Temple Mount, which was motivated by political developments stemming in Washington, D.C., and the Islamic Trust of the Temple Mount dug an enormous pit in a place where even a toothbrush would be too large a tool to carry out excavations. They did it with bulldozers.
That's it for this particular interview. Thanks for joining me. Really excited to take this ongoing journey with you as we keep bringing more content. If you haven't already, you really should subscribe to this channel. There's a lot of phenomenal content coming down the road into the future that you'll want to know about. Leave a comment down here. I think people would love to hear from you, and then you can hear from them too. If you liked it, go ahead and give a like. It only takes half a second, and share this with people that you care about. The world needs more light in it right now. So thanks for being with me. Hope to connect with you again soon.